Good evening. My name is Joshua Jemison, and I'll be talking to you about a deadly trend. This deadly trend is hookah smoking, and it's becoming pretty popular amongst college students, high schoolers, and even preteens. So, what is hookah smoking? Well, basically, you just have tobacco, and it sits in a bowl, and then you have charcoal or wood. Most of the time, it's charcoal, and you heat it up, and that heats up the tobacco, which goes down into a water bowl and it filters through the water and through a pipe and into the person that's smoking. And hookah has many names. It's also been referred to as water pipe, shisha, nargile, argile, or hubble bowl. So this is what a typical hookah pipe looks like. You have the pipe tray up here, then it has a metal body, and then the base, which is also the water bowl. And then you have a flexible pipe, which is connected to a mouthpiece. And how it works is you place the charcoal at the top, and when it's heated, it will heat up the tobacco, and the smoke from the tobacco goes down the pipe into the water bowl, then out into the flexible holes, into the mouthpiece, and then into the person. Now, the history behind hookah dates back about 500 million years. It's believed that it started in India when Columbus came back from the Americas with tobacco plants and tobacco seeds. And the Indians there wanted to find an easy way to smoke it, so they experimented with passing it through a heated water bowl. And then as time passed on, then the modern hookah pipe that you see today came to life. And after those Indians discovered smoking through the water bowl, it soon traveled into the Middle East and other Arab countries. Now, there are some misunderstandings of hookah. A lot of people think that it's less harmful than smoking. And a study conducted by the American Lung Association showed that a lot of hookah smokers think that it's better than smoking. And some of the health hazards are you'll have risk for oral cancer, stomach cancer, cancer of the esophagus, reduced lung function, and decreased fertility. The smoke in the hookah pipes it's just as toxic as cigarette smoke. Is not any better. The pipes used in hookah bars and cafes sometimes are not cleaned properly, so that'll put people at risk for contracting diseases like meningitis, tuberculosis, and hepatitis. Now, some cafes have the option to have disposable mouthpieces, but not all of them do that. And then hookah smoke also contains high levels of toxic compounds like some metal compounds, some cancer-causing substances, and also the combustion particles from either the charcoal or the wood sometimes goes into the smoke. And when it passes through the water, a lot of people think that since the water is there, that it filters out through the water, but it actually doesn't. It's just the water doesn't do anything. Now, compared with cigarettes, hookah smoking can be the same. It can be as harmful as cigarettes or even worse. Because hookah smoking, it depends on the length of the session, how deep the person is inhaling, and how much smoke they take in one session. In a typical hookah session, it lasts about 1 hour, and in that 1 hour, the person can do about 100 puffs, versus a typical cigarette, which requires about 20 puffs. And then also with hookah smoke, about 90,000 milliliters of smoke is inhaled during a typical session, versus in a cigarette smoking session, about 500 to 600 milliliters of smoke is inhaled. And like I said before, the smoke from hookah is just as toxic as cigarettes. And sometimes it can be worse for the smoker. It really depends on how long the person does the session. And hookah smoke also still contains nicotine, just like cigarettes. And in some cases, some people have become addicted to hookah, not not many do, but some people have became dependent on hookah, just like cigarettes. Oh, and also, um, hookah smoking it also affects people that don't smoke, like with the secondhand smoke, just like cigarettes. With the secondhand smoke, all the toxic chemicals are still in that smoke, so if anyone inhales that smoke, then, you know, it's just like as if they're smoking. And this trend is spreading pretty fast. In 2006, there were about 300 hookah cafes that opened in the U.S. It's mainly popular amongst the younger crowds, like college cities and high schoolers. There's a study that was done by the Disease Prevention Centers, or the CDC, that high school seniors, not the CDC, the Monitoring the Future survey for 12th grade students found that in 2010, 17% of high school seniors in the United States had used hookahs in the past year. And also within that study, it was found that 19% of that, not 19% of guys used it versus 15% of girls. And hookah smoking is gaining popularity just all over the globe, not just in the U.S., but it's in England, France, the Middle East, and then of course India, where it originated. And also for some pregnant women do smoke hookah, and that can have effects on the baby, and the baby can come out underweight, and then as a result of that, the baby will have respiratory problems later on in life. And also, there are new forms of hookah smoking, like the hookah pins. There's still research being conducted about the pins because they don't know. The pins are probably not at all as harmful as actually using the pipe, but we still don't know about that. Research is still being conducted for that. But this is a trend that's spreading quickly amongst young people, and it's something that shouldn't be encouraged. Mainly, more people are doing it because it's a big social activity. People do it in groups, and the tobacco comes in various flavors like mint, chocolate, and apple. And then for the fact that it passes through water, that leads people to believe that it's not as bad as cigarette smoking, but the truth is, it is. So my question is to you, that now that you know all this information, what are you going to do about it? Thank you. How long was that?